Hey, it's Jeremy here. Welcome to another tutorial. Today I want to be showing you how to create some ribbons in Illustrator CC. You can see here I've already got some examples that I've done, all by using simple shapes. So you can see here all these are pieces and I've grouped them together. You can see if I go into outline mode by pressing Ctrl Y, you can see all the outlines and they're all just simple shapes grouped together. So now go back into normal mode. So you can see these are grouped. But you can see you can get this nice wave effect, and you can see you can get this nice corners and that cut with the ribbons. And you can even play around and make it, nice. You can fit text within here or illustrations, whatever you want to do. But making ribbons is a lot of fun, and it's really going to increase your type of work you do. So what I'm going to do is just duplicate this artboard and drag it. So what we're going to do is start off with making some ribbons. So what I'm going to do is press M for the marquee tool, and I'm just going to create a box. And I'm going to press this color, brown color here. I'm going to zoom in a bit. So to get that nice, cut corner on the sides, what we want to do is press P for the pen tool. And you want to make sure first that you've selected your shape. Press P, and you want to locate the middle. You can see my smart guides are turned on, the purple line. Press Command U or Control U to turn those on. And you can see we want to put a point in the middle. So I want to press left click once, and you can see that it's added that point into the middle of this square. So what I can do now is press A for the direct selection tool. It's also located in the top left there. I'm going to select this and I'm going to hold shift and drag it to the left. You can also nudge it a little bit by pressing the left and right arrows, like that, which is super cool. So now you can see we sort of got this indent into our ribbon here. What we can do is we can play around with this side as well, and instead of doing the same thing and it may not be even, we can just duplicate this side. So I'm going to select this 2 points by using the direct selection tool, left clicking and dragging, and then once again I'm just going to hold shift and drag it into the center there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control C, Control F, which pretty much makes a copy and paste it in front. And what I'm going to do is press V for the selection tool, go to the corner, and then I'm going to left click and drag and rotate. And now I'm going to drag it to the left. And you can see it's duplicated those pieces there. Now I can just put it together, select it, go to my Pathfinder tool. So if you go to a window and you can go to Pathfinder there, I want to select the first option, which is Unite, and that will plus the two shapes together. Now it's just one shape. So we have our basic ribbon, which is pretty much just a flat straight one, which is pretty cool. What I'm going to do is just leave this, and I'm going to duplicate it by holding Alt and Shift. If you're on a Mac, it's going to be Option to duplicate. So I have this ribbon, but what I want to do, I want to make it wavy, sort of like these ones here. So what I'm going to do is select it. I'm going to go to Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Warp. So you can see here we get some options. You can choose the different styles. The styles that I recommend is usually Arch, and Flag is good. And you've got a few other ones. You've got Rise, which is pretty good as well. And then Arc Lower and Arc Upper is pretty okay, but the thing is it distorts the corners and the edges there, which you don't want. So try and stick with Arc, Flag, or Rise, and you can play around with all the other ones to see what it looks like if you want. Experiment a little bit. Even Fish is kind of cool. And the cool thing is I can switch it from horizontal to vertical, so you can switch that and you get some like trippy looking shapes. But I'm going to put it on Flag for now. And I can decrease or increase the bend of it. So if I go all the way, you can see it's bending a lot and it's sort of distorting those curvy lines there, which I don't want. So usually what I do, I keep it in a little bit. I only add like maybe 25%, not too far, maybe 40% max. But you can see add a bit. We'll go 20% there. And you can also distort it specifically on the horizontal or vertical. I usually leave the vertical bit, but just do the horizontal. So you can see that if you want a bit more, add a bit more distort, add a bit more perspective, Maybe you're doing some type of packaging and you need it to be a certain way. So even that looks nice. So maybe the text will go start small and go bigger. That's pretty cool too. So maybe I want to leave that and I'll press OK. And you can see here now we've got this cool shape. But just keep in mind that it's not directly a full shape now. So you can see here on the top left corner, you've got the contents. So you've got the mesh, which I can edit this mesh to edit the flag. But also, if I select it and click on the other one, it's going to keep the original shape of the, as you can see there, it's going to move the original shape. But what I usually do, I don't want to do that. So I'll click back on the mesh and then I'll go Object, Expand, Appearance, or Expand. Press OK. So now it's just turn those mesh into anchor points. So now you can see all the points there and it's a normal shape. So we can easily change the color of the ribbon and we can also add some text. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a line. So I'm going to press P for the pen tool. I'll change the color back. I'll press P for the pen tool and I'll select this yellow color. And what I'm going to do is try and follow this shape. And I'll use the center point as a guide, roughly. I'm going to press Shift X to switch it to a stroke. And I'm going to go to my stroke panel and bump the stroke up a little bit. So you can see there. We have that. And what I can do now is go to my type tool in the left corner, right click and go type on path. So what I can do now is press left click once and the type will just go on the path. What I want to do is press backspace to delete that type. I'm going to go to my text and we're going to find a font. We'll go Futura. I'm going to bump up the text size by holding Control Shift and press full stop. I'm going to change the text to yellow. And I'm going to bump it up. The style, I'll put it bold. And I'll make it a bit bigger. And then what I can do, I can press down and drag that in. And there you have it. We put some text in our ribbon and it's kind of looking good. Because it's a bit thick, we can actually probably go use a different font. So BW Stretch is nice. It's pretty high. I'll go black and I'll make it bigger. So you can see it covers more of the space. So you want to choose the right font as well, because then it might be uneven. I can put it on white or yellow, doesn't matter. And then we have it. So we have our text, we have our ribbon, and you know, you can play around, you can experiment and create a lot of cool effects just by using the envelope distort and creating simple shapes. You can even round the corners. So I can press the direct section tool and use live corners if you're in CC. So I can round that off to get those. You know, you can make it more, you can make it less or more deeper depending on what you want. You can even create custom ribbons. So you can see these shapes are very straight, but you know, you can do, if you wanted to play around, you could go with the pen tool. You know, play with like custom ribbons like that, and then you would add shadows to make it look a lot nicer. So yeah, I hope this tutorial was helpful. Let me know what you guys want to see. So drop a comment and don't forget to subscribe for more content. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, I look forward to making some more tutorials for you guys.